Right, so I've had one of these in the shed for ages. One of the first things that I basically bought to try to, you know, do some wood turning with. It's basically a little, I don't know what you'd call it, a little hinge really, to make a little box with, a little wooden box. So the idea here is you put a piece inside the bottom there, and then this basically just sits on the wood. You know, it's like a little trinket box or a little ring box. And then you make another piece that fits in the top here, and that just sits on top. So then you end up with a little baby trinket box. So I've had it for ages, but I've never ever got round to making it. So I thought now I would just see if I can do that. So I found myself a tiny little blank. It's only going to be small, this is, so it's going to be a really tiny piece. So I've just mounted that up here in the chuck, and now what I'm going to have to do is just try and shape this around. But I'm going to have to do this, so basically what we've got, we've got this thing here. So I can either make the base now or the top, doesn't really matter. We'll probably make the base. So we just need to shape it so that this sits nice and snug in there as well. We'll probably put a bit of glue in there anyway, super glue or something, just to secure it once we've done it, but we want a nice tight fit in there. So I'm going to shape that around now. So I've just measured the inside of that ring in here, and then I'm just going to place it up to here, sort of mark it out of where it's going to be. So I'm just going to push on that there, try and make a bit of a mark if I can. There we go. And then what I'll do now is I'll get my pencil. So you can see it's only really tiny. So that's going to be the inside, so I need to hollow out the inside here. Alright, so we've got this far. Again, you know, it's only a tiny piece, so enough for a ring. You could probably fit that in there, so don't know if I can get my ring off, no. But basically, it should be able to fit 1 or 2 rings in there. And if we hollow out the lid anyway slightly, you know, it would just you know, cater for anything that's a little bit larger. If someone was to put a, you know, couple of rings in that. So that's the base. I've just basically parted that off now, and I've just run that in the sander, basically just to sort of smooth it off. Put a bit of sanding sealer on it by hand, and some Yorkshire grit, and just done all that by hand really. I'm not really too fussed about the bottom of this bit on this piece really. I'll put my emblem in there afterwards. So this just basically sits so far on here like that, and then obviously you just close it. I mean, it fits quite good actually, so it might not need any glue, but I think I'll probably put a dab of glue in there anyway, just to be on the safe side. I'm not going to push it right in yet because I need to use this piece here to make the lid. So so now we just need just a small lid really, just going to sit inside the recess there. Oh, it can be, you know, it can either be the same size as that or it can be slightly over. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes when we make it. Right, let's do that. Okay everyone, I have now finished the little pot. There it is. It's a funny old shape actually, but you know, it's different. I've got the emblem in the bottom there as always. I did have a bit of fun and games with this. It didn't quite work out with the first blank that I put on the lathe, so I had to scrap that one and start again. So yeah, that was a bit of a pain, but it looks quite cool. You've got, so it opens up now. I've glued it now. So what I've done, so there we go. So it's a little trinket, and just enough to probably put a couple of rings in there. What I forgot to do was hollow this a little bit out. I was going to basically just kind of hollow this slightly so it gives a little bit more room in there, but I forgot to do that, so can't go back and do that now. But I think you still get 2 rings in there quite comfortably, you know, or you know, pair of earrings or something like that. So, and it shuts down quite nice. Opens up. So I just put a bit of dabbed a bit of super glue around the sort of rim of each of these, and then just held it down tight. And it's, you know, it's solid now. It won't go anywhere. So yeah, there we go. I'll put some stills up as always, although I did forget last time. So, we'll get this one up for you soon. But yeah, I hope you like it. It's been sat around in the shed for ages. One of those things I thought, I think everyone's seen these to do. You can buy these in lots of places really to make these little trinket pots. And I sort of, I'll do that later on. So never got around to it. So yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting piece. Probably would have looked a bit better if this was a bit smaller. So maybe could have taken this back a bit and made this kind of like a smaller top. I could still do that. No, I can't. I've just super glued it in. Maybe on the next one. But I hope you liked it. Cheers guys, thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't done already, hit the subscribe button and for my next video. Cheers guys, thank you, bye bye.